All right, we're here. I'm a little puffy-eyed. Sorry, I didn't wanted to put some gloss on, not for aesthetic purposes, just so my lips won't get chapped while I'm reading. This is the closest thing I have to me. This is a reading for light workers, so if you feel like you are a light worker, there should be a message here for you of guidance, of confirmation, clarity for the month of October. I'm going to start with the Work Your Light Oracle deck and also the Quantum Oracle deck. We'll look at what's going on with your life, who's around you, things like that. I will actually want to pull one from the Quantum Oracle first. I don't know, it's like as soon as I start reading, I get hot. It's weird. It's not weird, but it's a tad annoying. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. See? There we go. It's a little better. All right. Can we get a message for the collective of light workers? Thank you. Two of energy, planning and action. Something you could be planning, trying to initiate. I'm just going to actually go ahead and pull cards from the Oracle decks first. And then we'll read them all. Any other messages, please? From the Work Your Light. Thank you. Priestess. Ads. All right, so we got Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? And Two of Energy, planning of action. This card gives me the energy of Two of Wands. So like when it comes to your goals, things that really get you excited. Oh, sorry. I'm also going to pull one from the Kipper deck. See what's going on around you. Show me the people around our light workers. Show me the people around our light workers. We got despair and thought. Somebody could be having guilty. I heard guilty. Somebody could be feeling very discouraged, pessimistic, down on themselves. And if you're a female, they're thinking about you. Somebody's thinking about you a lot, especially if you consider yourself a priestess or you have the energy of priestesshood, any of that, if you resonate with that description when I read that card. But thoughts is generally good thoughts. But with despair being here, there could be some worrying. There could be some obviously despair. Like, I actually want to read these cards first. I want to see if there's any time frames associated with these cards. But with despair being here, there's some depression. There's some regret. Somebody feels like they have bad luck. Somebody could feel emotionally exhausted. They could be crying over someone they love, the one that got away, something like that. That could resonate for some of you. This person could also be distraught over employment. Life could just be really difficult right now. It's not a very promising card. It warns not to expect too much from ourselves and others. It brings grief, adversity, and obstacles. I feel like this is definitely somebody around you. Frustration, headaches, fever, jealousy, rage. It doesn't say rage, but rage came to mind. It says anger. I feel like these are just some of the things that these people are going through around you. Excuse me. Because of these emotions, they could be experiencing sickness and ailments within their body. It represents someone, a man, if it's not a man, it's someone in masculine energy, and they're thinking about a female or feminine energy. They're thinking very heavily about it. And they may still have generally good thoughts, positive thoughts, but it could indicate that there's a need for someone to contemplate or meditate. And I feel like if this person is feeling these depressing thoughts and emotions, and absolutely, they definitely should. All right, let's get to Two of Energy. All right, it says, get ready and go. Although your challenge now might not be a literal race, this card is telling you to get ready for some major planning and action in your life. It may indicate a trip or a move. This is a time of acceleration for you. It's time to take advantage of this energy and make your goal a priority right now. If you need to strategize and make specific plans, be sure to get going on those preparations soon. Then follow up those plans with focused, regular action in the direction you desire. When you're engaged in this type of devotion, the universe takes you seriously and responds. Gather your thoughts, make your plans, and jump into action. Believe yourself, and allow the energy of belief to move you forward to the finish line. The affirmation for this card is, today's action creates tomorrow's results. I choose to take action in the direction of my goals. And this is just meaning for you to get practical, be inspired, and just start writing your goals down, put it on paper, and make it real by contributing your efforts to whatever your goals are little by little. All right, let's look at Priestess. Okay, I can't find the card. It's like I wish I knew these cards by heart. I guess if I use them more often, maybe I'd still be like, oh, there's keywords, there's certain buzzwords that just really resonate so much differently, and it just makes all the difference for me sometimes when I read it out of the book. All right, page 46, the inquiry cards. All right, Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Priestess, the Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on a path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life, you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are. And you might be only one step behind, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they might even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, peaks, and troughs. I don't know if I'm saying it. Troughs, I think. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. The work your light inquiry is, how are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? These teeth aligners are really, really tricky. I kind of want to see what's going on with this person. So I'm gonna pull a couple cards on them before I wrap up your portion of the reading. Can we see this person who's thinking about our light worker, or these people? This could be two different people. This could be the same person. I feel like for most of you, it's the same person. Um, they could go back and forth, like having good thoughts and happy memories, and then also feeling very depressed and pessimistic and having regret, crying, feeling sad. So I feel like this person is confused. There's lots of confusion and emotional confusion. They could be unsure of how they feel, or their emotions could be all over the place. But they're gonna keep going with the Chariot being here. They're gonna keep going regardless. 2 sevens also, by the way. They need to keep going. They need to work through this. Anything else? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Family could be assistance. It could be regarding family. This could be somebody who is in your family or was in your family, for example. This could be involving somebody's legacy, their reputation, business, a family business, something like that. This can also represent an ending, as it's the number 10. It could involve money, family, divorce. Somebody can be sad about it, but they got to keep going anyway. Let's look at planning and action. Where's my... Really? Oh, I know where that deck is, but I don't want to pull it out. Dang it. I thought it was in front of me. Why is it not in front of me? All right. So get planning and action. Planning and action, please. Show me planning and action for our light workers. All right. Thank you. 7 of Air. 7 of Air. This is a card of strategy. This is a card of strategy and planning. It's the 7 of Swords. And also just like making sure you're not cutting corners. Making sure you're not skipping steps or trying to move too fast. Breezing through details. Especially right now while Mercury's retrograde. It's the perfect time to plan and cross your T's and dot your I's, especially if in regards to like relationships or business. Ace of Fire. This is representing inspiration and art, artistry, spiritual insight. It can also represent change, transformation, rebirth in a sense. So there could be a need for you to transform the way you plan, the way you strategize. One more. Thank you. We have 7 of Earth. We got all these 7s, right? 7, 7, 7 of Earth, 7 of Air, 7 of, the Chariot, number 7, and then the 7 of Cups. Just so we peep this, right? 7 of Earth being here, you're going to need to get your hands dirty a little bit. Spirit is saying that you're going to need to put in some legwork to an extent. Like you're going to have to put some action, like planning and action. This card is basically being clarified by 2 cards that are saying the same thing. And it may take you a while, you know what I mean? But I'm sure like it's going to pay off little by little. But 7 of Pentacles represents you sowing seeds and waiting on your investment. It is an energy of waiting, but it's an energy of patience and investment. So like when you invest, you never know what you're gonna get back. But I think if you invest enthusiastically and artistically with a very positive mindset, and you do so with this fresh artistry and inspiration, like if you do it from a place of inspiration, I don't know what words are. I don't know. Hopefully you understand what I mean. Like if you do it, if you're inspired and you're doing it from a positive place, and you're doing it from an optimistic place, and it's like a place of fun, I think it's going to turn out well for you. But also you got to be smart with the 7 of Air. Here, you can't be cutting corners, slipping up, skipping steps, lying, being deceitful, cheating. No, you're going to need to plan thoroughly. You may need to take your time, get a second opinion. Because I feel like also you've been in a place where you've invested in something, you put your time, energy, effort, or money into something, and it didn't turn out like you wanted it to. So now you're learning from that, and it's time for you to do it right this time. And doing it right can sometimes mean taking your time. Let's look at Priestess. Show me Priestess, please. We got the Knight of Wands. Ooh. You are trying something, putting yourself out there. Somebody could be dating, getting over a heartbreak and putting yourself out there again, or just healing and becoming more confident and outgoing, becoming more sure of yourself, or at least being a little bit more brave when it comes to meeting people. Again, like putting yourself out there, letting yourself be seen, letting your artistry or your artwork be seen, letting your creativity be seen, your personality, your charisma. And maybe you're still learning and growing as a knight, but that energy could also just be helping other people heal as well. Let's see if one more card wants to come out for Priestess. The Magician. I think you're learning, or Spirit is trying to assist you with learning how to manipulate the energy around you to make it work in your benefit, for you to take what you've been given, good or bad, and maximize it to its fullest potential, and to create the reality in the environment, in the community that you truly desire. And as a priestess, that is a magician, basically. It has that energy. It's a very spiritual and very magical energy. You have the ability to do that. Let's get a creativity oracle card, and then we'll end with a self-care card. So if you are being called to lead others, you're being called to also show them how magic works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're working your magic and you're teaching them how to work theirs at the same time. But I think it's you're becoming more brave. You're getting over hurt, pain, heartbreaks, past traumas, old wounds, things of that nature. Or at least helping other people will assist you with doing so. Worry. Worry is attachment to a particular outcome and the fear that it will not come to pass. That could be what this person is going through. But to an extent, you could be worrying when it comes to your plans, worrying that things are not going to work out, having doubts. I'm going to read from the book very briefly about this card. Selecting worry can be a reminder that you have the tendency to allow yourself to become overly hopeful that a particular result will be the outcome to a particular method you favor. Anxiety can hold us back. Worry and creativity cannot exist at the same time. And I think that's why you have to invest your time, energy, effort, and money freely without worry. And I think that's what that Ace of Wands actually represents, like, for you to just be inspired and have fun. And if you feel called to do it, then just do so without worrying, and you'll get the best results. But you'll taint the energy if you worry. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. Our style of worrying is often developed in childhood to make us feel like we're doing something in the face of the forces over which we had little or no control. If you want to be a magic maker, high priestess, magician, I say high priestess, but priestess, you have to do what our friend, the late Dr. Gerald Epstein, so wisely advised. You have to separate your attention from your intention. Don't worry, relax. So I think you're just going to need to be lighthearted, a little bit carefree, and just have fun. I think that's the message. Let's get a self-care card. Let me get a self-care card for our light workers, please. That will help them in regards to this spread. Again, take the messages that resonate, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check other readings as well. Any messages for, thank you. Intuition, number 28. Intuition. All right, the mantra for this card is I listen to my intuition as it leads me on my highest path. It's the intuition is the insight that comes before thought without thinking. It is an innate knowledge of what is in alignment with our highest good. It is the energy of the universe that directs us on our life path, nudging us toward the choices that will fuel our growth. Intuition resides within the heart and goes beyond logic or reason. Its messages are shared without judgment and need to be defined. Reinforce intuition's essential role in maintaining your well-being and connection to the spiritual realm by listening to it and acting upon it regularly. This is so very helpful. I tend to live my life like this as much as possible, and just let intuition guide you, especially when I'm out exploring. Like, I might take a wrong turn and then I'm like, ooh, this place, you know what I mean? It just leads you to all the little gems and adventures in life. So it's truly the key to just living a carefree life. And I think that's what this Ace of Fire is all about, intuition right here. And intuition will guide you through whatever it is that you're planning and preparing for. Allow your intuition to be your guide so that it is most aligned with your highest and best path. So keep track of when you receive an intuitive message and how often it turns out to be right, either by making a mental note or writing it down. You can also make a voice note. Saying the connection is unstable. I really hope it's not a problem. This is a really good reading. I hope it's working. I'm testing it. All right, so I'm going to keep reading and I'm just going to hope for the best. Keep track of when you receive an intuitive message and how often it turns out to be right. So yeah, you can make a voice note or you can just record a little video for yourself or share it on your story, whatever. As you notice the trend of your intuition as a guiding force, you'll come to trust it more and more. The journal prompt for this card is recall a time when you intuitively knew something was a bad idea and you ignored your intuition. How can you learn from this experience? I don't have to journal about that. I know all too well. And now I listen. I make sure that I listen. So that's your reading, light workers. I really, really hope that was helpful. Please forgive any connection issues that we may have experienced during this reading. I definitely didn't catch it right away. I was just trying to get through the reading. So I apologize for that. Be sure to check your other placements and reading. I mean, this wasn't a placement reading, but make sure you check other readings for extra insight. The weekly reading for the first week of October is coming next. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.